The following is a special presentation of Big Pauly's World of Sports Sims, alternating the reality of sports and entertainment since 2020. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another installment of the Hometown Football League, Season 2, Week 10, our 48th game out of 105. Big Pauly coming to you. We have a rematch of probably one of the best games we've had this season for you today. Cleveland at Chicago. When these two teams met 5 weeks ago, we did the game, and it was 40-34. Since Cleveland losing in overtime. Cincinnati was yesterday. Chicago won in overtime on a Gale Sayers kickoff return on the first play of overtime. So now they host Cleveland. Cleveland, the 1-point favorite, but I always say, beware the home underdog. 34 frigid degrees at Soldier Field in Chicago. I'll play as Chicago, and I played as Cleveland in the last game because I always play as the home team. And the computer will take on the Cleveland Browns on the frozen tundra of Soldier Field. Let's get started. Two of the 4 teams that have the best record in the HTFL at 7-2, Minnesota and San Francisco being the other two. It's going to be Otto Graham against Sid Luckman this November day, a wind of 5 to 15 mile an hour. And Cleveland won the toss and deferred, so Chicago will get the ball. They'll have the wind advantage. They are in the very, very dark blue jerseys, and Cleveland will be in the white. Chicago will have the wind advantage. It's 5 to 15 miles an hour. Sayers, Sano, Manning back deep. And this one is underway. And a nice return for Sayers, 23 yards out to the 36. It'll be Payton and Kelliger in the backfield for Chicago. Payton is a 5 receiver. Kelliger is a 1. Hill and Graham are your wideouts. They are both 7s. Ditka, Iron Mike Ditka, is a 7. He's the tight end out of Pittsburgh. Sid Luckman, of course, your quarterback. Connor, Fortman, Turner, Ramsey, and Covert, 9-9, 10-8, 9. And that's your offensive line. 1st and 10. Go to the base formation and go to Walter Payton. And he takes a dive up the middle for 5 yards. Darden on the stop for Cleveland. No standouts on the Cleveland defense. Ford, Burnett, Rimkus, and Shirk, a 9, an 8, a 9, and a 9. Those are their defensive ratings. Banks, Johnson, Matthews, a 9, an 8, and an 8. Those are your linebackers. Dixon and Menefield, both 9s. Darden and James. Darden's a 9. James is an 8. And when Cleveland gets the ball the first time, we will go over their lineup. Trap right, Walter Payton, 2nd and 5, and he stood up behind the line by Burnett. And that's going to set up a 3rd and 6. We're recording this March 9, 2022. And as I'm recording this, I just learned in the last few minutes, Carson Wentz in real life was an Indianapolis Colt, will be heading to Washington. Graham, a medium cross on 3rd and 6. And that's going to be a catch. Gain of 22 for Graham. Dixon made the stop for Cleveland and moved the chains for the Bears. It is 1st and 10 at the 38. Former President Trump had a scare. A plane he was on had engine failure. It had to make an emergency landing in New Orleans from what I was last hearing. He is fine. Trap left. And Payton gets the first down, a gain of 10. So that's kind of and sort of what's happening. The Russia-Ukrainian crisis still going on. We're going to go Kelliger on a dive on 1st and 10 from the 28, just to give Payton a bit of a rest. A gain of 2, Rimkus on the tackle for the Browns. 11:47 left opening quarter. If you're just tuning to this point in the video / stream, I guess if you record a video, it could still be a stream, right? Off tackle right, Walter Payton, 2nd and 8. Gain of 1, Shirk on the stop for Cleveland. And that's going to set up a 3rd and 7. Chicago goes back to a 3 wide. When they do, that brings Conway in as the 3rd wide receiver, and we will go to him, Curtis Conway. I believe he's out of USC. And that's an incompletion. Don Paul comes in as the nickelback. He is an 8. And let me just confirm my suspicion. Yes, Conway is from UFC. So Chicago with the wind advantage. They try a field goal here of 42 yards. And Robbie Gould will try it. And that's going to be good. And Chicago scores first blood. It's 3-0. 10:18 left to go. I thought it was 10:15. You know, 5s and 8s can look alike if you really don't look at them. Eric Metcalf back deep along with Peppers and Mitchell. And that's going to go through the end zone for a touchback. Gould on the kickoff, and I think he nailed that all the way to Champaign. 1st and 10 at the 20. Otto Graham will start. We called the play before we could get the offense called. We'll do that now. Motley with a 7-yard gain. It's Brown and Motley, a very talented duo at the running back positions. Brown is a 4 receiver, Motley a 2. Speedy and Mitchell a 4 and an 8. Those are your wideouts. Winslow is an 8 tight end. Graham the quarterback. Thomas a 10. Hickerson the 10. Mack a 9. Batonio is an 8, and Shafrath is a 9. Cleveland is a combination of the old and new Cleveland Browns, and you could see a Cleveland Ram on this team or two. It also includes the AAFC Cleveland Browns, who won all of the AAFC championships from 46 to 49. 2nd and 3 at the 27. And it's Graham looking and finding Jim Brown. A gain of 13. Fortunato hits him out of bounds. And it'll be a 1st and 10. Move the chains for the Browns. Defensively, you thought I forgot, didn't you? I didn't forget. Atkins and Dent, McMichael and Chambers, that's your front 4. They're all 9s. Fortunato is a 10. Urlacher, a 10-plus inside linebacker. Talk about the competition for that job between Urlacher, Butkus, and Mike Singletary. 3 outstanding inside linebackers that the Bears could have chosen from. By the way, the Bears are not just the Bears. They're a combination of the Chicago Bears and the Chicago Cardinals. Night Train Lane, that's why Lane is a Bear and not a Detroit Lion, because he played for the Cardinals. Lane is a 10, Tillman an 8, Carrier a 9, Fensick a 9. That's your defensive backfield. 1st and 10 at the 40, 9:12 left, opening quarter. Got all the lineups done. And that's an incomplete pass. McMichael pursuing Graham. Graham just had to throw that away. And it's 2nd and 10 at the 40. That's a nice catch by Winslow, Kellen Winslow Jr., a 13-yard grab. Caught 6 for 97 against Detroit last week. I believe that was a game we did. 1st and 10 at the 47 as we close in on halfway through the first quarter. That's 19 yards. That is Graham to Mitchell with Lane making a tackle. Now we got Jim Brown under center. I'm going to go 3-4. We go 3-4. Singletary comes in as the 2nd inside linebacker, and we're going to stop the run here. Brown's not going to throw it. He does throw it. And it was a throw to Speedy that was deflected and incomplete. Well, okay. 2nd and 10 at the 28. Color me wrong on that one. Brown, a pickup of 6. Night Train Lane on the stop to make it now a 3rd and 4. The ball at the 22. 6:40 to go. And that is a catch.
Offsides. Defense. Number 95, 5-yard penalty
By Speedy. It was a gain of 13, so the penalty will be declined, the penalty. And we have yet to have a penalty in this game that has been enforced. A first and goal at the 9. Here's Brown. And Brown's going to go in. Touchdown, Cleveland. The 11th touchdown for Jim Brown. He was tied among the lead when we started the week in terms of who has scored the most touchdowns. Your point after try. I think this is Groza. It's good. Mr. Automatic. It's 7-3 with 5:40 to go in the first. So even with the colder weather, this is kind of shaping up like the last game did, where both teams went back and forth and put 68 points up in regulation. Then Sayers broke through and won it in overtime. This is taken by Sano. A gain of 25 yards to the 31. Peppers makes the tackle for Cleveland. We'll go double tight. That brings Duel in as the second tight end. He is out of SMU. A 5 tight end. And it's going to be Walter Payton Sweetness himself, a trap to the left side. And he will pick up 5. Rimkus making the stop. Now a 2nd and 5. And we're going to screen it with Walter. Walter was also a very good pass catcher. And Payton weaves his way, a 15-yard gain. Johnson made the tackle for Cleveland. First and 10 at the Cleveland 49. So not Cincinnati. Here I go with Cincinnati again. I got Cincinnati on the brain. Chicago quickly moving into Cleveland territory. It's going to be one of those games. It might be who gets the ball last that'll get the win. A pickup of 3. Shirk makes the tackle for Cleveland. 2nd and 7. Payton, back to him, trapped to the right side. 8 in the box for Cleveland. That's a pickup of 6. And that sets up 3rd and a yard. Payton already with 7 carries in this game. Triple tight. And we're going to put Luckman to work on a dive on 3rd and 1 from the 40. He gets it. First down, pickup of 3. Burnett on the tackle. And a first and 10 at the 37. How about Kelliger? Let's get him some work. Trapped to the right side. And that's a pickup of 3 to make it 2nd and 7 at the 34. Hope you all are enjoying your day, whatever day that may be as you see this. Ditka, medium fly. And actually, this is going to work out quite nicely because Cleveland, the recon saying they're calling a short, tight defense. So Ditka should be open, and he is. Nice gain of 22. Luckman has started 3 for 4, 59 yards. And back and forth, it looks like we will go. Off tackle right, Payton at the 12 on first down. That's a pickup of 6. Matthews on the stop. That does it for the first quarter. Quickly played. How long did it take to play the first quarter? 12 minutes and 50 seconds according to my OBS. It's Cleveland 7, Chicago 3. Cleveland with 9 plays. 6 of them were passes, 80 yards. Chicago ran the ball 15 times. 11 of them were runs, and they gained 102 yards. 2nd and 4. Why not just stick with Walter Payton here? Dive play. I think I'm getting the hiccups come back. Over the weekend, I had the hiccups like 2-3 hours straight. Probably the longest stretch in years that I have had continuous hiccups. No. Just had a hiccup for a moment in the here and now. 3rd and 3 at the 5. Okay, so what do we do here? We're going to go Payton. And we're going to pitch it right to him. Hope he finds daylight. He's got himself a touchdown. First score of the day, the major score for the Bears. Now we have a review. Stand by, everybody. I'm going to take a sip of green tea.
Ruling on the field is confirmed.
So they look at it on replay, and they say, yes, Walter Payton, you have a touchdown. Number 10 for him, which would have tied for the lead prior to Jim Brown scoring his 11th earlier. Point after try is good by Harder, and it is 10-7. We're at 14-10 left to go in the half. And Metcalf awaits the kickoff if it goes to him. Now Cleveland has the wind advantage, so that kick went a yard deep into the end zone. Singletary made the tackle on Metcalf after a gain of 24, so Cleveland starts at the 23. They trail now 10-7. It's a give to Marion Motley, who weaves his way, but he fumbles. Urlacher stripped him.
Review.
Chicago may have the ball. Hang on.
The ruling on the field stands.
And as per HTFL rules, they look at all scores, they look at all turnovers, and they say, yes, indeed, Chicago, you have recovered a fumble. We'll go base formation, and we're going to try to make Cleveland pay. We're going to go to Hill, play action bomb from the 36. Welcome, letting it go. He's got Hill, he's got 6. Harlan Hill with the score, and bada boom, bada bing. Chicago has scored twice in what appears to be 37 seconds. Kick is good by Harder. It's 17-7. Yes, indeed. 37 seconds. And that just took one play after Chicago had scored on a 10-play, 69-yard drive. And they have picked up 14 unanswered, and they lead 17-7. And again, Chicago kicking off. Metcalf should be able to return this because he was at the 1, and Taylor makes the tackle after a gain of 24. So Cleveland on the ropes early. We'll see if they could weather the storm. 1st and 10 at the 25. When Graham completes a pass, he could usually complete it for more yardage than some of the others. That's a 3-yard gain for Brown behind a blocking of Shafrath. Fensick made the tackle for Chicago, and it's 2nd and 7 at the 28. 13-14 now left. That's a throw deep by Graham. Was looking for Winslow, but couldn't find him. 3rd and 7 now at the 28. It's going to be Graham throwing to McSpeedy. Hickerson is going to be out of the game. He's the left guard. His return probable. So Bill Willis is going to come in. He's a two-way player out of the Ohio State University. 1st and 10 at the Cleveland 46. 12-16 now left in the half. Seems the second half has gone on longer, but with the quick score Chicago has mustered, that is not the case. Motley, a gain of 3. Wilbur Marshall on the stop for the Bears. 2nd and 7 at the 49. That's Brown weaving his way, a 10-yard gain. Fortunato made the stop for the Bears. But now Cleveland has moved into Chicago territory at the 41. 1st and 10. The give to Motley, a 1-yard gain. Mongo McMichael making the stop. 2nd and 9 at the 40. Another throw, another catch. That is to Mitchell, who I'm going to highlight, out of Illinois. That is a gain of 10, good for the 1st. So Graham is 7 of 10, 96 yards. 1st down at the 30. And Brown, don't forget Jim Brown, 11-yard gain. He is now up to 4 carries for 29, 2 catches for 23. And the Browns off to a good start when they have the ball. Pitch to Brown, a fumble, and Chicago has another turnover acquired. Mongo McMichael scooped up the fumble there out of Texas. Steve Mongo McMichael. And it's 1st and 10 at the 19. 8:15 now left to go. So Cleveland, dreading those missed opportunities that sometimes come up in this game. Sweep to the right side. Peyton, 1st and 10 at the 19. Oh, he is stuffed for a huge loss. Banks tackled him behind the line for a 4-yard loss. 2nd and 14 at the 15. And we're going to screen it to Peyton, actually. He should be the workhorse. He's got it. Let's see what he can do with it. That's a gain of 9. And Minifield made the tackle. Of course, we lost Sweetness way too soon in the late 90s, a few years after he had retired in the late 80s. Hitch to Ditka on 3rd and 5. And they keep the drive alive to pick up a 14. Darden on the stop, and Luckman is red hot right now, 6 of 7, 118 yards. 163 as a team for Chicago on 21 plays. And the yardage continuing to pile up in this game. Here's Peyton. He picks up 5. Ford on the stop for the Browns. Second and 5 at the 43. We're down to 5:48 left in the half. Trap left, Walter Payton. Looking forward to watching AEW tonight. Set up the new matchups after the Revolution pay-per-view. Loss of a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 6. Great time to watch, to get started watching a Fed. WWE or AEW is right after they do a pay-per-view. Because they usually set up some new rivalries and they build up to the next pay-per-view, which for them is going to be Double or Nothing, the eve of Memorial Day from T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Pitch right, Walter Payton, 3rd and 6. And a penalty, huge
Offsides,
loss of 4 yards.
Defense. Number 80, 5-yard penalty.
Ford, just a little too eager. So instead of 4th and 10, it's 3rd and 1. We're gonna go triple tight. And we're gonna go to Luckman again on a dive. Ride that horse till it bucks you. Short by a few inches is the call. So it's going to be 4th and inches at the 48. They're going to bring in the punter, Ed Brown. Kicking into the wind. And Metcalf makes the catch. A fair catch at the 15. Punt went 37. 3:30 left to go at Chicago 17. And Cleveland 7. Cleveland not rocking at the moment. That is Kellen Winslow over the middle, a 19-yard gain. Kellen Winslow Jr., father plays for San Diego. Carrier, not the Tampa Bay Buck, but the Chicago Bear, Mark Carrier, makes the tackle. 1st and 10 at the 34. That's a throw to Mitchell, a gain of 7. We're nearing the 2-minute timeout. Paul Warfield, 42, will be the split end on the left side. He comes into the game. 2nd and 3. And pardon my error there. Clicked inappropriately. I guess you could say that was a short out to Brown. Incomplete pass. McCray comes in as the nickelback out of the University of Michigan, who made the college football Final Four this past season. 3rd and 3 at the 41. And Young has found Paul Warfield, a gain of 16. Young now 10 for 13, 138 yards. And will the Browns get a playoff before the 2-minute warning? The answer is yes. They look for Warfield over the middle, broken up by Fortunato. An incomplete pass. In fact, they're going to get another play in before 2 minutes. 2:05 on the clock, so this should be the last play before the warning. And Graham was sacked. Actually, no, the snap was fumbled. Graham covered it up. And I don't know who made the tackle. 3rd and 16. We've crossed the 2-minute warning. It's 17-7 Chicago. Browns with 2 timeouts. Chicago with 3. They each have a challenge still left at their disposal. 3rd and 16 at the 49. It's Graham looking for Warfield. And that was covered by McCray, the nickelback. And that's going to be incomplete. Punting time.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty.
And they take too much time.
4th down.
Maybe they're looking for a better kicking angle. It would be Gary Collins back to punt for Cleveland, if my memory serves. Yes, it is. And we're going to let the punt roll. and it rolled to the 10. Punt went 44 yards. Collins, the hero of the 1964 NFL championship game. I think was 3 touchdown passes in that game for the 27-0 win over the Colts of Baltimore at Municipal Stadium in Cleveland. First and 10, minute 34 left. I am not going to hustle here. We're going to trap it left with Peyton. See if we can get a few first downs. Pickup of 8. Might hustle a little bit. We'll go hurry up. Play action medium pass to Hill on 2nd and 2 from the 18. That is good to Duel. He makes a 9-yard grab. We have 3 timeouts left. We might as well start using them. And now they have 2 left after that timeout. 1:04 to go. We'll go Conway, medium cross. Use the middle of the field. Incomplete. Luckman is now 7 of 9. Sounds like a Star Trek reference. It does, doesn't it? 7 of 9. Well, anyway, 2nd and 10 at the 27. Jerry Ryan. What a knockout. Medium cross to Hill. Instead, they try for Conway, an incompletion. 54 seconds left. Peyton on a draw on 3rd and 10. He gains nothing. Cleveland does call timeout, so they're going to get the ball back. So maybe not the wisest of ideas. With 46 seconds to go, we're going to punt it with Ed Brown. Brown kicking into the wind. Metcalf a fair catch. Punt went 36. So 38 seconds left to go. Cleveland still has 1 timeout left, and they're at the 37. Screen to Warfield, and he will motor for 21 yards. 24 ticks on the clock, and does Cleveland call their last timeout? They do. Be a 59-yard field goal from here, which I don't think they can do. 1st and 10 at the 42. And looking for Warfield again, an incompletion. 18 seconds now left in the half. 2nd and 10 from the 42. 18 seconds to go. Sounds like a Johnny Cash song. That's incomplete. Again, the intended receiver was Warfield. Graham now 11 of 19 for a $1.59. 3rd and 10. We're going to play 3-1 zone pass. Play back here. Graham had the run, and that's incomplete. 5 seconds left to go. We'll just let this roll and go to the half. And that punt by Collins goes into the end zone for a touchback. We are at halftime. Your score is Chicago 17 and Cleveland 7, and we will be back in 15 right here on the Big Pauly's World of Sports Sims channel. If you like the video you're watching, feel free to use the Amazon link provided. I'll put it in the description down below. And we're ready to start the second half. Big Pauly with you. Be sure and like this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. We also have a Facebook page. Look for Big Pauly's World of Sports Sims on the Facebook, and you will find yours truly putting up all of the videos that I do during the course of a week. We do HTFL Monday through Friday. We do, over the weekend, we do Legends of Boxing, Big Pauly's Fight Night. We do the Professional Wrestling Tour using wrestling's finest. We do some HTBL using Action PC Baseball. And we also do OOTP Perfect Team, OOTP 23 yet to come out, due to the ongoing players' situation in the lockout of Major League Baseball, and I have a feeling that's either going to be a few more days or it might be several more months. It's going to be one of the two. So in this first half we have just played, 206 yards for Cleveland on 30 plays. 20 of those plays were passes. 29 plays for Chicago, $1.85. 19 of their plays were rushes. Metcalf back deep. Cleveland will have the wind advantage for the third, then Chicago gets it for the fourth. And that Metcalf kick return 24 yards. Dave Dewerson on the one of the stalwarts of the 85 Bears makes the tackle at the 23. Metcalf was 1 yard deep when he started his return. So a 1st and 10 at the 23. We will get the second half done and dusted.
Encroachment defense. Number 76, 5-yard penalty.
McMichael called for encroachment. Hello to Anthony Crooks. I saw his comment on the Facebook group about the results I was doing for PWT in Tampa before I started this endeavor this afternoon. 1st and 5 at 28. Throw incomplete, looking for Max Speedy. We have a possible
The
catch.
ruling on the field is confirmed. Incomplete. A timeout will be charged.
Cleveland challenged, and they shouldn't have. It was an incomplete pass, and they lose their challenge privileges for the remainder of the game. And a timeout. 19 seconds into the half. 2nd and 5 at the 28. And a whistle. It's getting
False
sloppy.
Start. Offense. Number 73, 5-yard penalty.
Thomas called for the false start. Move Cleveland back 5. You know those beeps you hear from construction work being done? Beep, 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 beep. That's being played at Soldier Field right now. 2nd and 10 at the 23. 14:41 to go. That is an incompletion for Winslow. Hickerson now back in the game at left guard. 3rd and 10 at the 23. Chicago playing off. Graham throws an interception to Night Train Lane. He returned it 3 yards, and that is pick number 2 for Lane, and it is also his first pick of the game, of course. So Cleveland stymied by the turnovers. That's their 3rd this game. And again, we're going to make Cleveland pay for their misdeeds. We're going to go play action bomb to Graham. Try to score on 1 here. But that is batted at the line by Darden, who dropped it. Actually, no, it was a throw to Ditka. Ditka was hit by Darden, so Ditka dropped the ball. 2nd and 10 at the 29. Very early in this second half. The score is still 17-7. We're going to trap left Walter Payton here on the double tight end set. Duel comes in as the second tight end. Dix had made the stop at Payton. He gained 6 yards. Payton is now at 55 yards on 16 carries. 3rd and 4. We're going to look for Harlan Hill, who has been quiet since he caught the TD pass. And he dropped that one. Might have been caught by Hill. We have a 74% chance of an overturn.
Upon further review, the ball was secured before it hit the ground. The pass is complete. No timeout.
So that's
will
Hill's
be charged.
second catch. Chicago uses their challenge, but doesn't lose a timeout. Luckman now 8 of 12, 141 yards. On this cloudy day here in beautiful Tampa Bay area of Florida, this March 9th, a little past 5 in the afternoon as I record this. Off tackle left, Payton, 1st and goal. Payton, no gain. Remkus on the tackle. 2nd and goal, still at the 9. We're going to go Kelliger. Pitch it right. See if he can get to the outside. And he does. A nice pickup of 5. That is the 3rd carry for Kelliger for 10 yards. 3rd and goal at the 4. We're going to go play action short pass. And we're going to look to Ditka. That is incomplete. So 4th and goal at the 4. Let's not do anything heroic. We're going to send Gould in for a 21-yard field goal. And he hits it. 20-7 with 11:44 left to go in the 3rd. Metcalf back deep for Cleveland. He will robustly move the game forward. That is Plank, Doug Plank making the stop. A 19-yard return to the 19. And Graham, 11 for 23, has thrown 1 pick. Cleveland keeps committing turnovers, which is keeping this game from being any closer. 1st down. It's Graham looking for 49, Bobby Mitchell. But looked like he overthrew him there. An incompletion. 2nd and 10. Ball to 19. And it's Graham again. Deflected by Urlacher and incomplete. Graham is now, after a hot start, 11 for 25 for 159 yards. As I move my pen over. 3rd and 10 at the 19. 11:21 to go. Chicago playing back, expecting the pass. It was a throw to Speedy. He got the first down. McCray made the tackle. 1st and 10 at the 29. 11:14 to go. This is Brown, and Brown with room. He's past the 50, past the 40. Can he go all the way? Night Train Lane in pursuit, but it's a house call. Touchdown, Cleveland. And that got Brown to an even 100 yards on the day. Blew by everybody. That one went 71 yards. And Brown 100 yards on just 6 carries. Point after try by Groza is good. It's 20-14, and just like that, we have a game. Chicago get it back to resume play. It's Sayers back deep. We saw him go all the way in the game that was played between these two teams in Cleveland. Sayers returned it 20 to the 26. Peters made the stop. And we're going to hit Cleveland with a lot of body shots here. Off tackle to the right side, Walter Payton. Cleveland brought their defense in, anticipating a run. Dixon made the tackle. Payton gained a yard. He is at 56 on 18 carries. We're going to go back to him. Pitch to the right side on 2nd and 9. Try to get away from the bunched up middle. 7-yard gain. Matthews on the stop for the Browns, and that's going to set up a 3rd and 2. Play action short pass, and we will go Ditka here. The Bears. And instead, it's a check down to Payton. Payton gains 10. Banks on the stop. It's a 1st down for the Bears. At the 44, we're down to 8:30 left in the 3rd. We go back to Payton, trapped to the right side. That was his 3rd catch, by the way. Flag
Personal
on the play.
foul. Defense. Number 72, 15-yard penalty, automatic, 1st down.
So there's a time to shirk and a time to shirk. Personal foul on Shirk, and that's going to move Chicago to the Cleveland 38. And I'm very tempted to take a shot here. We're going to go play action, long, medium fly to Ditka. I wasn't going to go long slant. He's got it. Pick up a 19. Luckman has not thrown it too many times, but when he has been quite lethal. 10 of 15, 170 yards. One touchdown, and that was to Harlan Hill earlier. So back to the double tight end set. 7:36 now left in the 3rd. Payton trapped to the right side. And Payton picks up nothing. Burnett on the stop for the Browns. Okay. We're going to try Harlan Hill on an end around. And he will go get the 1st down. Longest run of the season, 10 yards. Very timely run there, and I don't think Cleveland was expecting that. A 1st and goal at the 9. I think it's time to pound the rock here. Pitch right, Walter, on 1st and goal. Penalty.
Encroachment, defense. Number 72, 5-yard penalty, repeat, 1st down.
Okay, we'll stay in the same formation. It's now 1st and goal at the 4.5. And we're going to dive with Luckman. And Luckman, 1-yard gain. Shirk on the stop for Cleveland. How about Payton here? Off tackle right side seems to be the best place to go. He's got a touchdown. 2nd of the day. Now he ties Jim Brown with 11 touchdowns on the season in total. 26-14. We're at 4:38 in the third. I'm going to go for 2. We're going to put the full house in, which is going to bring Sayers in. And we're going to run the same play, off tackle right side. Sayers with it, 2 points. 2-point conversion good. So 8 was enough for the Bears, and they take a 28-14 lead with 4:38 left in the third quarter. And that 2-point conversion vital because now it makes it a 14-point game. Metcalf again back deep for Cleveland, and it's a touchback. So Graham's been struggling against this Bear defense. Let's see what they do here. 1st and 10 at the 20. It's going to be Motley. Gain of a yard. Mongo McMichael on the stop for Chicago. 2nd and 9 at 21 with 4:31 to go. Throw in a completion to Bobby Mitchell. He gained 17. Night Train Lane on the stop. 1st and 10 at the 38. 3:48 left to go. That's an incompletion. Winslow, the intended receiver. Carrier was all over them, but refs keep the Hankies in the pocket. 2nd and 10 at the 38. Brown, pick up
Encroachment,
of 9.
defense. Number 95, 5-yard penalty.
They'll decline the penalty, make it 3rd and a yard. Ball to 47. I'm going to key on Brown here on the 4-3. And Brown gets it anyhow. Pick up a 7. Urlacher on the stop for the Bears. This would be a big win for Chicago because if these two teams wind up tied, and only these two teams wind up tied for a playoff spot, then since Chicago would get, there we go, Cincinnati again. Chicago would get the nod because of the head-to-head sweep. 1st and 10 at the 46 of the Bears. Here's Brown. Had that explosive run for 71 earlier. He picks up 2. He's at 118 on the day, hitting everybody in the rushing department in terms of yardage. 2nd and 8 at the 44. Back to Brown. Gain of 2.
Holding, offense.
Which is going to come back.
Number 66, 10-yard penalty.
That was against Hickerson. And, of course, I'm going to accept that. I'm not going to give Cleveland a 3rd and 6. 2nd and 8 at the 46 of Cleveland. Third quarter winding down. That's a throw and a catch to Mitchell. Gain of 12. Chambers is going to come back in a few plays after an injury. That brings on Mr. Dan Hampton out of Arkansas. He's a 9 defensive tackle. So the Bears are loaded with defensive talent. 3rd and 6 to 42, but traditionally they don't really have much offensively. Although Ditka would probably dispute that. That was intended for Kellen Winslow Jr., drilled by Tillman, ball knocked loose. 4th and 6 at the 42. I'll watch for a fake punt here because I'm like that. Nice punt by Collins. It's out of bounds at the 5. We have 50 seconds left. That was a 37-yard punt for Gary. And we'll go Peyton. Pitch to the right side on 1st and 10. And don't think we'll see the animation here. That's a gain of a yard. Matthews hitting him at the belt. And it's going to be 2nd and 9. We'll go Kelliger off tackle right side. Number 74. Gain of 6. Burnett on the stop. And that'll end quarter number 3. It's Chicago 28. And the Browns 14. Chicago 46 plays. 271 yards. 31 of those plays rushes. 335 for Cleveland. So we have had in this game 606 yards of total offense. 45 plays for Cleveland. 30 of them passes. We're going to go to Peyton. We're going to try to get the first down on the ground. Off tackle, right side. And that's going to be a 4-yard gain and a first down. Chicago's going to slow it down. Slow it down. Use up the clock here. Off tackle left, Walter Payton, 1st and 10. Pick up a 5. Johnson on the stop. For Cleveland, it's now a 2nd and 5. And again, Chicago just letting that play clock go down to single digits before they try anything. Dive, Walter Payton. Double tight end set. Looked like Cleveland had 8 in the box, so that's why it only gained 2 yards. Johnson on the stop. Mike Johnson out of Virginia Tech. 3rd and 3. And we're going to go back to Payton, trapped to the right side. He'll get the first and more, gain of 9. James got him down at the 32. And it's 1st and 10 Bears. Already have taken 3:23 off the clock. We're going to keep going to Payton. Trap left this time. Play that inside running game. Gain of 2. Johnson making the stop for the Browns. We'll go to Payton one last time, and they'll probably bring in Sayers. Pitch right, and that's a 1-yard gain. Payton now up to 93 yards. 29 catches. 3rd and 7. An 8-play drive, and it's only gotten up to the 35 of Chicago's own 35. We're going to go cross to Graham on 3rd and 7. Jeff Graham. And he's got it. Move the chains. It's a first down for the Bears. We're going to go Sayers. And Sayers has a little more explosiveness. Sweep to the left side. 1st and 10. And Sayers, no gain on that play. We're going to go back to Sayers. As that clock continues to move. 11th play of the drive. It's already taken 6.5 minutes. He loses a yard. Chip Banks on the stop. 3rd and 11 at the 47. Chicago's own 47. How about Ditka on a medium out? That's incomplete. So it was a 12-play drive. The punt will be the 13th play, and it took up half a quarter. Quite a drive there by Chicago without even getting in the Cleveland territory. Brown on the punt. Metcalf makes a fair catch. Jim Benton is going to come in. He's one of the 49s. Won't be the slot on the right side. It will be the right split end. Graham now 14 of 30, 198 yards. They get it with 7:53 left in regulation. Brown stays in as the sole running back. And Graham's going to go long, looking for Benton, but not there. Deflected by Tillman, an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 at the 12. 7:36 to go, and a marker.
Full start. Offense. Number 51, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
Committing the false start. So move Cleveland back 5 yards to their own 7 with 7:36 left to go in the 4th. 2nd and 15. Graham right on his own end zone. At his goal line. He threw to Speedy a 17-yard pickup, a 1st down. That is the 17th first down in the game for the Browns. Chicago has 16. 1st and 10 at the 24. It is Graham looking around. That's an
pass interference. Defense. Number 26. Automatic 1st down.
Move up the chains. That's a 1st down for Cleveland. At their own 33. We have 7:06 to go. Brown catching a screen pass. Past the 50. Past the 40. Down to the 38. A gain of 29 on his 3rd catch of the day. He now is at 52 yards. Rushing, he has 9 carries for 118. So that's going to be about a 14-yard clip. As a team, Cleveland is 15 for 137, 9.1. Ouch. 1st and 10 at the 38. And Graham's going to look for Benton, but that is incomplete. 2nd and 10 at the 38. We're down to 6:29 to go. Here's Brown. Pick up a 5. McMichael on that tackle. 3rd and 5. Ball at the 33. A field goal really doesn't help the Browns, but we have a marker down.
False start. Offense. Number 32. 5-yard penalty.
And Brown is incredulous. Looking at the officials, his hands up in the air. You say, what did I do? What did I do? 3rd and 10 at the 38. We're down to 6:07. And Cleveland throwing, incomplete.
Illegal motion. Offense. Number 49, 5-yard penalty.
We'll decline that, set up 4th down, and Brown's going to go into the slot. Kind of a double slot here. Brown, Mitchell, Benton on the right side. So we're going to play 3-1 deep zone prevent on 4th and 10. And it's incomplete. The Bears are going to get it on downs with 5:52 left. And we will go Peyton. Trapped to the right side. And Peyton picks up 5. 2 short of 100 now. Jerry Shirk with his 10th tackle today. 2nd and 5. We'll go for Wally's 100 yards. Trapped to the right side. And he's got it. He's up to 101. Took 31 carries. 3rd and a deuce. We're going to go Kelliger. Off tackle, right side. And they don't get it. 1 yard gain. 4th and a yard at the 47. I am going to... Well, that's a replay, which we didn't need to see. I'm going to milk the clock and call timeout at 3:42. It's going to be 4th and a yard at the 47. We're going to bring Ed Brown into punt. Should stay in the field of play. Metcalf caught it about the 5. They'll say he caught it at the 6. Manning on the stop, a gain of 5. Punt went 47. And the return 5, so it's a 42-yard net. So again, Cleveland's going to have to put a lot of balls in the air. And Graham has done that. He has 36 passes, 16 of them completions for 244. 1st and 10 at the 11. Graham throwing his 37th pass of the day. That hits the ground, looking for Paul Warfield. An incompletion. 2nd and 10 at the 11. 3:32 now left to go. That is an incompletion, looking for Max Speedy, who on the day has 4 catches for 58. 3rd and 10 at the 11. Graham, an incompletion, and yeah, Cleveland is kind of waving the white flag here. They're going to punt on 4th and 10 from the 11. There's the punt by Collins and McAfee with it.
Holding.
Loss
Receiving
of 3.
team. 10-yard penalty.
And they're going to slap a holding penalty on Mark Carrier. 1st and 10 for Chicago at the 39. Peyton, trap left. But Cleveland's playing short and tight. We're going to go medium fly to Hill. Let's see if we can get an opening here. Not to be, an incompletion. 2nd and 10. Ball to 39. We're going to give it to Peyton this time. Not seeing anything that coverage unknown really don't tell you anything. And Peyton loose to the 40, to the 30, to the 20. House call, touchdown. And that'll be the dagger. With that run, Walter Payton goes over 1,000 yards on the season, 1,042. That gets Peyton to 162 yards on the day. That was a run of 61. Don't really think Chicago wanted to score a touchdown there, but they'll take it. The point after by Harder is good. It's 35-14 with 2:50 to go. So Chicago, that close to a head-to-head sweep on Cleveland. And Metcalf is back for the Browns. Touchback. 1st and 10 at the 20. And it's desperation time. Another fumble. Graham got it back, a loss of 4. So Cleveland almost commits their 4th turnover there. 2nd and 14 at the 16. Browns are down to 2 timeouts. So are the Bears. That was a throw to Warfield, incomplete. 3rd and 14 at the 16. And that was caught by Speedy. He is just short of the first. 2:09 to go. Cleveland calls time. They're going to run the 4th and inches play. Graham's going to throw it and complete. The Bears will get it back with 1:55 on the clock. We're going to rest Peyton the rest of the game, put in Gale Sayers. The Kansas Comet. And let's see what Sayers has done this season. He has had, in the replay, only 1 attempt. Today he has had 2, so he has 3 for 1 yard. And he's had 20 kick returns. He only had 19 in real life. He's had 2 today, 20 coming into the game. So let's get Sayers the ball, off tackle right side, and the base formation. That's a loss. That's a gain of 4. 1:47. Cleveland not calling their last timeout. Luckman's going to come out. And we are going to put in, sorry, folks, Mitchell Trubisky, recent standout of the Bears from North Carolina. We'll go Kelliger on a dive on 2nd and 6. He picks up a yard, 3rd and 5. Cleveland still hasn't called their timeout. We're going to go triple tight. And we're going to give it to Sayers, off tackle right side. That's a pickup of 3. Adams on the stop. And Cleveland not calling a timeout at all. This game is over. I had to guard against Cleveland calling their timeout before I could take knees. It's over, 35-14. Chicago over Cleveland. A much easier game for them than was the case 5 weeks ago. Peyton, your MVP, capped off the game with a 61-yard run at 2:50 left to go in the game. Here are your team stats. Cleveland actually outgained Chicago 396-384. They ran 59 plays. Chicago ran 64. Graham 17 of 40, but the better passer today was Luckman. Trubisky did not throw a pass. 11 of 18 for 183, 1 touchdown. Peyton outshined Jim Brown, 32 carries, 162 yards, including a 61-yarder at the end. In the pass-catching department, Speedy and Mitchell each caught 5, and it was Speedy who had 72 yards to lead everybody yardage-wise. And the leading tackler was Shirk for Cleveland with 10. So that concludes our 3rd game of Week 10 here in the HTFL. Chicago moves to 8-2, and Cleveland falls to 7-3. They'll be a game behind for the lead no matter what happens with Minnesota. Our next game will be a big one. I think we had this one earlier in the year. In fact, I think we played all the Kansas City San Francisco matchups. It's Kansas City traveling to San Francisco this time. They'll be a 5-point favorite. And then Friday night, we're going to do San Diego, Los Angeles. A couple of disappointing teams. A little I-5 battle for you. San Diego's Chargers, when they played in San Diego against LA's Rams, Raiders, Chargers of 1960 and the mid-20 teens and beyond, the Dons of the AAFC. So all of LA's star players will be on the field against San Diego. And this has been another HTFL game for you all. This is Big Pauly coming to you, wishing you all well. We'll be with you tomorrow, Lord willing, if the creek doesn't rise. Godspeed, God bless. We will do it all again soon. Bye-bye for now, everybody.